wouldn't call myself the biggest train fan out there. However, like many people in recent decades, I grew up watching a cheeky blue tank engine and have developed a fondness and interest for several particular engines out there. So when my support worker offered to take me on a trip to see arguably the most famous engine in the world, well, how could I say no to that? The United Kingdom. England. The county of Somerset. The first major stop we made was in Bridgewater, where we stopped at a local petrol station, bought some rather expensive ice cream to try and stay cool in this hideous heat, and then continued on the journey. Our actual destination is Bishop's Lydiard. However, since neither of us were familiar with this part of Somerset, and due to a mix-up with the postcodes in the sat-nav, we ended up getting kinda hopelessly lost. We ended up heading northwest and along the coast, where we saw the Bristol Channel, which, looking back, should have been a major red flag in and of itself. Once we ended up lost in some windy lanes, we knew we had to stop and figure things out. Luckily, there was a friendly cyclist around who was able to point us back on track, and we hurried south. Unfortunately, anyone who has travelled with me knows that I get carsick really easily. Even though I took some medication to stop it, with the very long journey and all the windy roads, yeah, I'll spare you the details. Either way, we finally made it to our destination of the West Somerset Railway. I immediately took interest in all the souvenirs they had for sale there. I couldn't get a proper shot of what I bought due to the crowd and the heat, but I'll show them off at the end of the video. After a short wait, we were pretty late. It was time to board the train from Bishop's Lydiard to Minehead. Woohoo! And off we go! And yes, the window really was this dirty. Luckily, this side is a lot cleaner. The first station we passed was Crowcombe Heathfield. I barely had time to react, but now we're passing through Stogumber. For those who aren't from the UK, this is pretty much the view you'll get in like 99% of it. Yeah. Why have we stopped? Oh, okay. I guess we're going again. This is Williton, by the way. And here's the Bristol Channel. It just looks like a sea of mud, doesn't it? All these people in Watchet are very happy to see us. And here we are in Washford. I think that old coach on the siding needs a bit more than a wash though. Despite the name, Blue Anchor isn't the last stop on this journey. Yep, that was the diesel pulling this train, blasting its horn. Here's two of the local locomotives, D2133 and 7828 Odney Manor, as well as visiting engine 2999 Lady of Legend. Ooh. And here staring at each other are 9351 and another visitor, 7812 Erlestoke Manor. Didn't realise the West Somerset Railway had so many visitors right now. And here we are at the end of the line at Minehead. All on aboard! I'm sorry, that was terrible. Once we were off the train, I finally got a look at the engine that was pulling us. Number D6566, a British Rail Class 33, also known as a Crompton. I didn't know that until I looked it up. D6566 is a British Rail Class 33, also known as a Crompton, which were built by Birmingham Railway Carriage and Wagon Company from 1960 to 1962, with a total of 98 being built. They mostly worked across the southern region of British Railways, pulling mixed traffic. Their nickname Crompton comes from the Crompton Parkinson electrical equipment installed within them. As of July 2025, only 29 Class 33s have been preserved, mostly found on heritage railways across the UK, with D6566 and fellow Class 33 D6575 both in service on the West Somerset Railway. While we waited for the next train, we had a look in the gift shop and I saw they had Thomas the Tank Engine's The Great Race playing on the TV there. Pretty fitting choice, not gonna lie. As much as I hate to admit it, this is where the adventure really began to take its toll on me. It was horribly hot that day. I'm very not used to travelling so much in a single day, And there was a big crowd forming for what was about to arrive next. Speaking of which...
Good afternoon and welcome to Minehead Station. Thank you for travelling on the West Somerset Railway.
Probably the most famous locomotive in the entire world, the Flying Scotsman is the sole remaining member of Sir Nigel Gresley's A3 Pacifics.
Is that so?
Starting life as an A1 in 1923, the Flying Scotsman became the first locomotive to officially reach the speed of 100 miles per hour. It was later upgraded into an A3 in 1945.
It almost makes me sound famous, doesn't it?
While the Flying Scotsman is often depicted with two tenders in media, it only had a second tender from 1966 to 1973, primarily to allow it to run the vast distances while on tour in the US. Despite all that, I did manage to get a few shots on the way back to Bishop's Lydiard, where the Flying Scotsman actually pulled the train backwards. Yeah, this is the best shot I could really get of it.
Flying Scotsman coming through!
Recognize this place? I was pretty much hanging my head out the entire journey back because I was so hot. But I made sure to pull it back in when the bushes got too close. Don't want to end up losing my head here. Yeah. And we're back in Bishop's Lydiard. Whew, what a journey. Before we left to start the long journey home, I did manage to get a proper picture with the Flying Scotsman. Take that, rude man who pushed me to the back of the crowd. I got my picture in the end. Yeah. Oh dear. Here's what I got while on the adventure. It's not much, but I didn't really have the brain power to think about getting any more. I had to get some fridge magnets, as I felt like they are the classic keepsake from adventures like this. And of course I gotta stick them up on the fridge. I was so happy to get home. So as a final hurrah for the day, I had to order a Domino's to celebrate the adventure.
Oh, what is that terrible smell?
I guess the Flying Scotsman doesn't like pizza. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this jankily put together video. I'm not sure if this could be something I could do every once in a while, making videos like this unrelated to streaming. If you'd like to see more like this, do let me know. I'd love to hear what you think. It could definitely be a fun thing to do every now and then. And with that, I hope you all have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you for the next one. Bye!